My experience, as some of you have already heard, when I was mayor of Anchorage, I was chair of the MPOs, the receiver of these federal funds. And so we had to manage when these situations occurred. And as you see the numbers starting to grow in each state of the amount of people that are being projected to be laid off or delayed in hiring or contractors not working, I saw it firsthand when I was mayor, when we had to wonder, when I wasn't here, I was there wondering what are they doing back there in Congress when they do these continuations. Now being here, I clearly understand what's going on. And the sad part of this is, as mentioned more than once here, 74 votes on this side of the House and the Senate, both Democrats and Republicans from all walks of life, supported a very strong bipartisan bill to rebuild our infrastructure in this country. And if you ask anyone, and as Senator Schumer said, I've been on the phone talking to groups all around this country, our infrastructure is at a D rating or D minus. It's unbelievable where we are. And for us not to move forward and move this bill, and on the House side, it is very clear that if the leadership would put it on the floor, it would pass. There are Republicans who are anxious to vote for this because they recognize the jobs that would be created in their community or retained. And they also are now starting to hear exactly what we started to lay out today and yesterday Senator Boxer laid out, and that is more and more communities across the country are indicating what they're going to have to do to slow down their projects or not have them at all. And I will tell you, from a state that deals in winter construction and several states that have northern climates, in northern New York, for example, it's all weather conditioned. By the fall, the asphalt plants don't operate, which means you can't lay pavement down, which means the project you started midstream because of these continuations get winter locked, and meaning that it'll cost more. Taxpayers will pay more for these projects, and you will get less for it. That's what this action is all about on the other side, is taxpayers will pay more at the end of the day, and they will see a less of a project. So I can't say enough, more than what my colleagues have said, that it is clearly time to move this bill. It is clear there is bipartisan support over there if the leadership would just cut it loose and let the votes stand where they stand. Because I agree, this is like payroll tax 2. We're about to see it now again. And all we're doing is jeopardizing the folks in this country and the jobs that are being created. And it's an incredible opportunity to continue to move our economy forward in a simple action that could happen right away. And the net result is no interruption. And I'm afraid, I don't know what this does when it hits 000. I don't know if it explodes or it's one big mud hole, because that's what...
it walks over to the house.
It walks over to the house. Well, as long as it doesn't fall into a pothole, which is probably likely, because we're not fixing them. So I would just say that I would hope that the House would take up a clearly bipartisan piece of legislation. And as a former mayor, I saw the results of delay, and it costs a lot of money, and taxpayers usually ended up picking the tab.